What's up, guys? It's Coach Cam. This is a full body workout that I did at EOS Fitness recently, starting off with the quad extension. So I usually start off with quad extensions instead of like squat or leg press. I've just been doing that for the past 6 months and I like it, so I'm not going to change it. This quad extension machine, however, is isolateral, meaning that each of the arms are moving independently. This is causing me to have to contract each leg independently. And while a lot of people think that this is good and helps work out muscle imbalances or whatnot, I don't like this. And I try to use both arms and as much as possible, both legs as much as possible in the movements. And I didn't like this too much because if you just think about the physics of it, even if it was one straight bar across there or one straight pad and one of my legs was giving out, the other one would start contracting harder to make the pad move up and down the same. But with this, they're separated, so it's just hard to keep them in line as I contracted. And you'll see later, a little bit later toward the end of this set, that my left leg failed first. And I don't know if my left leg was more sore, or not sore, but like a little bit more sensitive going into this. I don't know if the left pulley had some more friction on it or whatnot, but my left leg kind of gave out first. Anyway, taking this set to failure. Right here, I decided to hold an isometric hold because I didn't think I would get another rep. And at this point, I am really tired, but I have to do what I have to do, finish it out. And look, my left leg is dropping, and I'm like trying to pull it back up, but it's just too fatigued. And I'm like, well, got to finish off the right leg then on this type of machine. So yeah, there's some downfalls to that. I would rather it had been one bar to just, go through both legs at the same time. Kind of weird. Next, I decided to hop on a leg press instead of squats because they had a pretty good leg press machine here. I prefer a horizontal leg press like this compared to a vertical leg press, or the diagonal leg presses, because those, you just have to load up so much more weight on it. It's like the angle isn't really efficient for loading the muscles. But anyway, it'll work just the same. I just prefer a horizontal one like this. So kind of messed around with the weights, did some warming up, then I found a weight that I liked. So I decided to push right here, found a foot stance that I liked. My knees are going a little bit in front of my feet, past 90 degrees, but that's fine. And, this set was also a long set. It was about 2 minutes, maybe a little less. Continue to push. Even if you think that you loaded it up a little too light of weight, maybe it's too late to turn back. Maybe I need to just push the limits on this machine. And so here I go, still going hard, nice and slow and controlled, saving my joints, still activating type 1 and type 2 muscle fibers. And then I get here close to the end, breathing, and then I get this rep here. I'm pretty sure it's the next rep that I couldn't get. It's a grind. It's not comfortable at all, but you got to keep fighting. Right here, it's kind of locked up all of a sudden and just couldn't press it out. So then I slowly lowered down. That was the end of that. Next was the calf raise machine. I accidentally also loaded too light a weight on this. This set was over 2.5 minutes. I clipped out the first minute so that I wouldn't torture you guys with watching my calves flex up and down. I know it's really entertaining, but decided to take that out. Here we go, nice and slow and controlled, really trying to squeeze at the top, lower down slowly, try to get a decent stretch at the bottom, and keep going to failure. So this is how I train every exercise. I just do one set of it. If you do one hard, proper set, you won't need more sets. Doing more sets of an exercise is really just a Band-Aid for the first set not being intense enough for your muscles. And, when you really think about it, I think this stems from just ideas about how you're supposed to train. People think there's a certain tempo they need to use. They think they need to move the weight as fast as possible, accelerate it, use a little bit of extra momentum. And these are all things that detract from the muscle actually having tension on it and actually exhausting it. So Things like having a bit of a slower tempo can help reduce momentum and acceleration and can help you exhaust the muscles faster. Also, I'm using usually a moderate weight. So use a moderate to lighter weight. You end up doing, lower reps. I do probably 5 to 10 reps. But you got to think about the amount of time that my sets are taking. The amount of time that my muscles are having to contract and work unto exhaustion is the amount of time other people have to do like 6 sets of an exercise. So all my body systems are ramped up in these exercises. So here we go with bicep curls next. The structure of this workout is really legs, then arms, kind of, and then I work more into my chest and back toward the end. This way I can really get better arm work in without the overlap of training my back or chest first that tires out my biceps and triceps. So interestingly enough, in this workout here, I use the same weight as I did my previous workout. In my previous workout with this exact exercise, my set lasted 1:20. But today, doing my arms fresh and not tired yet, starting off with them, this set lasted 2 minutes. So you could see how much more involved your biceps are and can be in other vertical and horizontal pulling exercises when my arms are so much stronger when I get to train them fresh like this. So if I come back here and go again, I'm definitely going to add weights on this exercise, but same thing, slow and controlled, keeping the muscle under tension the entire time. This form of training in the gym is safe and effective for everybody. You pretty much cannot get injured training like this, because how you get injured in the gym is high peak forces, which come from moving weights fast and moving heavy weights. Both of those will increase the forces, not that the force that your muscle puts out necessarily, but really the forces on your tendons and on your joints, which you don't want. So your muscle's going to produce maximum force either way, because you're going to be taking it to failure. It's just producing that max force while it's exhausted already. So you're really pre-fatiguing it. The whole set, you're fatiguing the muscle fiber, which is how you train muscle fibers. Here we go with dips. So this is really kind of, instead of tricep push downs, the dips to really target the triceps, but it's going to involve chest and shoulders also. Nice and slow and controlled here. This is actually body weight, so no added weight on this, contrary to my past where I would add multiple plates. When you go slow like this, you will find the challenge in your muscles just the same. It feels like I have, 3 plates on by the end of this set. So if you're ever crunched for time, if you're ever in a place where there's not enough weight maybe for the exercises as you usually do, just slow it down. There's no problem slowing it down. If you're an athlete and you're in the gym training and you're trying to get bigger and stronger to help you in your sport, you can also do this. You can train and slow down. It's not going to be damaging to your sport performance, because is your sport bicep curls? Is your sport dips? If your sport is dips, then yeah, you're going to want to be specific, using heavier weights, moving it in the same way that you would for your sport. But you could still do other exercises, slow and controlled, even if your sport was dips. Here we go. Holding this out, this is the end of the exercise. Next, decided to do a chest press. This is supposedly a flat chest press, not incline. It looks a little bit inclined though, but that's just the way the machine's built. Not too much weight on here, only a 45 plus 210s each side, so only 65 pounds, but got to remember, my chest and my triceps especially are already fried from the dips. When you train like this, you really exhaust the muscle. So, the exercise order matters even more so than probably other people who don't train as hard, right? So this set lasted over 1 minute. My chest was blowing up from this. Already, basically started this exercise with a pump from the dips already. So this was really brutal. You saw my form there tweak as I finished that rep right there. I kind of kipped it out just to lock out. I do that because I'm gonna get a really good negative coming up, and even if I have to use a little body English to finish that final rep, I'd rather get the extra several seconds on the negative. If I had a training partner, then I'd feel safer just keeping my same form, and they could help me lock out. Anyway, next is lat pull downs. This is actually a neutral grip. It looks kind of supinated. I wanted a supinated grip, but I couldn't find one. I chose to use this. If you saw my last full body workout video, you can find on my YouTube channel, I used a lat pull down bar, and I told you how ridiculous it is. And I will restate what I said there, that a normal straight lat pull down bar is horrible, not because it's a straight bar, but because it spins, because it is not welded together, and that literally forces your grip into the worst, weakest grip of your fingers every rep you do. So I prefer using straps if you have to use a lat pull down bar, or try to find a bar or some piece of equipment like this one that is welded together. My fingers can't slip out unless they literally give out. But a lat pull down bar, your fingers will give out far before your back will if you take the set really hard and intense, slow and controlled to failure especially. So I recommend finding a bar that is welded together like this. This is my last eccentric. Last exercise here, neck flexion. After this will be neck extension. I just put a towel over a 10-pound plate, bring my neck through mostly a full range of motion there, and flex forward. So I only end up getting around 6 reps on this exercise. Lasts maybe a minute. This is really good. Really gets a pump into your neck, and it's good to train your neck. Who wants to be an old person with a weak neck who gets achy? Their neck is achy all the time. It also, having a stronger neck can help you prevent from getting a concussion and fighting combat sports, or just maybe a car accident, stuff like that. So why neglect your neck? I wouldn't want to be a jacked person with a really tiny neck. So I've seen a few of those guys. They look really weird. So you don't want to be that guy. If so, do this exercise. Next is neck extension. I bought this neck harness off Amazon. I use my dip belt strap a certain way through the hooks so that the carabiners don't rub on my face. And then this is actually 30 pounds. I have a 25 and then a 5 on the other side. And I just sit in this position and extend my neck all the way up. It really works the back of the neck, kind of into the traps a little bit as well. So super important exercise to keep your neck extensor strong. Everyone's got text neck from texting and being at computers and stuff like that, which can elongate the neck extensors, into a weird kind of posture. So I would prefer to have, pretty young looking youthful posture with my neck, and so I perform this exercise to help keep my neck strong. Right here is an isometric hold as I finish out this set, and I am just finishing up here before I call the workout. So this is the end of the workout. Save neck for last because, well, it's just your neck, right? Here is where I do a little flex at the end of my workouts. Most of my workouts, I just do this to log it, to video log what I look like today, my body weight, my height, my what my muscles looked like after the workout. So, obviously this is with a pump. I'm 5'7", around 165-ish, body fat percentage. Who knows? It could be 15% or more. Probably not over 20% though, for sure. But anyway, that's the video. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment down below.